It's time to get your news on. This broadcast is in text, audio and video and is accessed on wia.org.au.
It certainly is the national news from your WIA for week commencing April 27, 2025. And this week, WIA's Peter Clee, VK1WIA, with the final notice on registration for anybody thinking of going to Bendigo Saturday, May 3 for the WIA AGM. Now wait, there is much more in this edition of news. From the Wireless Institute of Australia, I'm Editor Graham, VK4BB.
We give you the news we like and nothing else. We are VK1WIA.
This is a reminder that the annual general meeting of the Wireless Institute of Australia is being held in Bendigo, Victoria on the 3rd of May. Please note that it is essential to register to attend either online or in person. There is no charge to attend the AGM. It is also essential to register to attend and prepay for the dinner on the Saturday night. The cost of the dinner is $35 per person. Dinner registrations can also be made on the AGM registration site. The dinner is open to both members and to non-members. During the dinner, there will be a telebridge open to the International Space Station, and students from a local school will ask questions of the Space Station crew. The Bendigo Amateur Radio and Electronics Club will be holding a technology festival on Sunday the 4th of May at Bendigo Showgrounds. Trade displays, first responders and car boot sales promise to be plentiful on the day. Entry costs to the Technology Festival is $7 at the gate. WIA members can purchase entry to the Technology Festival when they book for the AGM, bypassing the queue at the gate on the Sunday morning. It is important to note that registration for the AGM, the dinner and the Technology Festival will close for WIA members at 11 p.m. tonight, that is Sunday the 27th of April. So don't delay, get in quick and register to attend. So just again, registration to attend the AGM and dinner will close tonight at 11 p.m. I look forward to seeing you all in Bendigo in May. This has been Peter Clee, VK1WIA, from Darwin in the Northern Territory.
Australiana, a New South Wales rural fire service, has fitted Starlink to the first 53 of a planned 5,000 vehicle rollout under a $69 million project, with 20 vehicles participating in tests. Jihad Dib, Customer Service and Digital Government Minister, was questioned about the programme's progress during New South Wales budget estimates early this month, and during the hearing he said that around 50 vehicles had been upgraded and that 20 were in the trial and testing phase. We are rolling them out progressively, he added. The RFS added that new RFS vehicles will be equipped with VAN from their initial deployment by September this year. VAN, or VAAN, is Vehicle as a Node. AI on the rise. Macquarie Bank is looking to AI to reduce the cognitive load on customers when it comes to managing their financial affairs, with more than 30 AI-augmented products and services in the works for 2025. Chief Digital Officer Louis Ugina told the Google Cloud Next 25 conference that the bank had set itself up for the current AI era courtesy of a decision to move all the digital workloads and their customer data into Google Cloud. While noting a tendency for AI to be used to increase efficiency and reduce cost, Louis suggested the technology's real potential is to drive revenue and to have more customers happier and using systems more and more often. Autism Spectrum Australia has improved its hiring effectiveness by implementing a new talent acquisition system and transferring its recruitment processes, looking at AI for further enhancements. In total, the organisation has seen a 33% reduction in talent acquisition costs and a conservative 30% time saved, all thanks to AI. In the area of recruitment, with the addition of Sapia.ai and AI hiring agents, the process of setting that up was straightforward. It's going to save more time from our management's perspective and by enabling automation at chat interval. In the area of recruitment, an AI hiring agency is in the process of being set up, and it's going to save more time from our manager's perspective by enabling automation of chat interviews, said Spectrum Australia. The organisation also is enabling other AI-enabled enhancements. And CBA and AI. Some 16,000 people from across its Australian and Indian banking operations have come together. AI is being used as a support in this process, primarily to summarise lengthy materials and get to the crux of a conversation faster. AI is used to summarise that documentation. AI helps quickly get to the content to have the right conversation as early as possible, rather than reading a document or sending an email, having another meeting. CBA is now saving around 2,500 hours a month on summarising key delivery documents using AI.
We are VK1WIA. Now, international news with VK2LAW Jason.
Hello. First up, RSGB Honours 2 from HAMSci for propagation studies. The Radio Society of Great Britain has recognised achievements of two key members of the US-based citizen science investigation team HAMSci, Nathaniel Thrissell, Whiskey 2 November Alpha Foxtrot, and Gwyn Griffiths, Golf 3 Zulu India Lima. The Les Barclay Memorial Award has been given to Nathaniel for HAMSci's contributions in elevating amateur radio-based citizen science to a higher profile. The award is given to him by the RSGB Propagation Studies Committee. He is the founder of HAMSci. Gwyn is the author of a series of articles published in several issues of the RSGB magazine, Radcom, in 2024. She's been recognised through the Society's Wortley Talbot Trophy, which recognises, in particular, her article, Height of Reflections at HF, that appeared in the August 2024 magazine issue. She is a long-time member of the HAMSci community. As a new benefit, the RSGB has teamed up with several museums to offer RSGB members discounted entry for 2025. Members can now receive 20 to 50% off admission fees at Amberley Museum, Bordsey Radar Museum, Internal Fire Museum of Power, PK Porthcurno Museum of Global Communications, and the National Museum of Computing. Whether you're into engines, radar, transport, computers or communications, there's sure to be something for you if you're watching the WIA national news in the UK. For our Irish friends, it's worth a reminder that the IRTS provides public liability insurance cover for all paid-up IRTS members. This valuable benefit is included as part of the IRTS membership fee, and all clubs affiliated to the IRTS are covered under the policy. The HAM-CONBI Amateur Radio Conference took place Saturday in Belgium, April 26. Attendees looked at programming to focus on radio technology in space, and workshops. The HAM-CONBI 2025 conference is Belgium's premier forum for engineers, scientists, radio amateurs, researchers and students to exchange ideas on advancements in radio technology and beyond. Admission to the conference was free. Presentation topics included Meshtastic, beacons, radio sport, tracking Asian hornets with SDR, and much more. The Japanese Amateur Radio League, JARL, will be operating Special Event Station 8 Kilo 3 Expo until October 13. The event supports World Expo 2025 taking place in Osaka, Japan. 8K3 Expo will be on the air April 13 to October 13 on 1.8 MHz through to 10 GHz with an activation on that band planned for 1 kilowatt. The event marks the first time a call sign has been established with the 8 kilo prefix. By operating an amateur radio station at the Expo site, JARL will promote the event not only across Japan, but all over the world through our global amateur radio community. This initiative aims to enhance public awareness and excitement on the Expo and to foster international exchange. NZART Conference 2025 registration open. Registration is open for the NZART AGM and annual conference. It's being held in Lower Hutt over the King's Birthday weekend, celebrated in New Zealand 31st to May to the 2nd of June. The location is the Lower Hutt Event Centre. And don't forget, today being the last Sunday of the month, the NZART official broadcast is broadcast every month on 3900 kHz, both 8 and 9 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time. The official broadcast can be streamed as a podcast on Apple or Spotify. Weird and wonderful. Bears. Are they scared of massive arcs that rip through the air, making a lot of noise in the process? Jay from the Plasma Channel sure hopes so, because that's how his bear deterrent works. Jay calls it the Bear Blaster 5000. Right from the drop, this thing looks like some kind of crazy weapon. That's because it throws huge arcs at 280,000 volts. The basic concept behind it is simple enough. A battery drives a circuit which generates kinda low voltage AC. This is fed to the 2 voltage multipliers, which are set up with opposite polarity to create the greatest possible potential difference between the 2 electrodes they feed. The combination is able to arc across electrodes spaced over 4 inches apart. It's all wrapped up in a super cool 3D printed housing that really shows off the voltage multiplier's banks. Given its resemblance to a stun gun, you might think the idea is to jab an attacking bear with it. But the reality is, if the bear is close enough that you could press the device against it, then you're already lunch. For WIA National News, in Sydney, I'm Jason, VK1WIA.
From here, there and everywhere, you've tuned to the Wireless Institute of Australia's national news service. We are VK1WIA. Now, operational news with VK4FUQ. Felix.
Hello there. Now contest-wise 2025. This last Tuesday evening in April sees the ZL2 GBA Memorial Sprints on 80 metres. 30 minutes each of CW, SSB and FT4. Take part in any or all segments. Exchange is your outside temperature. Harry Angel Memorial 80 metre sprint next Saturday, May 3. May 17-18 is the Thanks Shield. QRP CW on 80 metres. Wind back the rig to give 5 watts and give it a go. Don Edwards Memorial Slow Morse, May 17-18. Don Edwards Memorial Slow Morse is the weekend after Mother's Day. 80 metres on the weekend of Saturday 17th of May and 40 metres the afternoon of Sunday 18. VK Shires Contest, 7th and 8th June 2025. NZ Straight Key Night. Next New Zealand Straight Key Night will be held Sunday 8 June from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. NZDT. 0800 hours to 0900 hours UTC on 80 metres. IARU HF World Championship. The 24-hour IARU HF World Championship starts at 1200 hours UTC on Saturday 12 July and ends at 11:59 hours UTC on Sunday 13 July. Ken Yamamoto, JA1 CJP Secretary, IARU Region 3, in an email passed to us by WIA Secretary Peter Klee, reminds us here at the WIA that in this contest multipliers are the total number of ITU zones plus IAA member society HQ stations worked on each band, not mode. Thus, society's HQ stations, WIA, participation is very important for the multipliers. Trans-Tasman Low Band Contest 19 July. The Trans-Tasman Contest, held on the third weekend in July, aims to encourage low-band activity between VK and ZL. Only contest bands 1, 60, 80 and 40 metres are allowed with SSB, CW and digital. RITI or PSK. RSGB-WIA contest, July 26 to July 27, 2025. Mode, CW, SSB. Bands 80, 40, 20, 15, 10 metres. Work once per band, per mode. Now the DX window to the world. The 2024 CAS Award winners have been announced. These honour DXers who worked the greatest number of different stations during a DXpedition. The single operator CAS Award winner is Janus SP9 FIH for working 15,396 unique stations during his 14-day, one-man A52P DXpedition to Bhutan. Well done, that man. Peter, PD1RP, is celebrating the 80th anniversary since the end of the German occupation of the Netherlands during World War II. He is on the air as PD80 Free until the 30th of June. All QSOs will be confirmed automatically via the Bureau. Marion Island, ZS8W. Eurus, YL2GM has been to South Africa several times with the promise of transportation to Marion, only to be disappointed. But he is now on air until May 16. Eurus is operating CW and SSB on 160 to 6 metres from Marion Island as ZS8W, while his computer is operating FT8. He will be on the island as a radio engineer and member of the South African Antarctic Program Station's Communications Equipment Maintenance Team. Marion Island is ranked number 11 on Clublog's Most Wanted list. Reminders. VI100 SIG is the special call sign celebrating the centenary of the Australian Signal Corps during 2025. And of course, VI100 IARU out of Melbourne is on air. Bletchley Park will be hosting one of its infamous 1940s weekends in May to commemorate the 80th anniversary of VE Day. In tribute to the event, the RSGB National Radio Centre will be operating special event station GB2BP from the 3rd to the 5th of May. Put the date in your diary and make sure you get this call sign in your logbook. For WIA National News, I'm Felix, VK4FUQ in Ingham.
Who listens to radio?
Clive, VK6 CSW.
I am Alan, VK5 Mike Alpha Kilo.
I'm John Knox, VK4FJRK.
I'm Bruce, VK3FFF in sunny Bendigo.
This is Frank, VK2BFC.
That's all.
Media Watch, an oldie but a goodie. If you're a fan of science fiction movies, you would have heard of a movie from 2000 entitled Frequency. As they say, we hams do it with frequency. For this story, John, VK4JPM, travels to the future. Or is that to the past?
It's a typical amateur radio experience. Due to aurora activity, a ham radio operator gets to talk to his son 30 years in the future on the same transmitter that the father is using in the past. Now, that's not normally what happens on 15 metres, but it's a pretty cool yarn involving firemen, cops, space-time continuum, parallel universes, baseball, and a Heathkit transceiver. For an undisclosed time, Frequency is available to watch on ABC iView for free. Every ham should see it, and it's safe for a date night with the YL. I'm John, VK4JPM, and I'll catch you 30 years ago if I can get on 15 metres.
From here, there and everywhere, you've tuned to the Wireless Institute of Australia's national news service. We are VK1WIA. Now, special interest group news with Cole, VK3GTV.
Hello, first up in Worldwide Special Interest Group News this week, it's Summits on the Air, Worldwide Flora and Fauna Program, Parks on the Air and other adventure groups. And we look at Potter Island and the Art Gillen Castle, Parks on the Air activation by North Dublin Radio Club. North Dublin Radio Club, EI0NDR, are at Art Gillen Castle today, Sunday the 27th of April, for a public radio demonstration and Parks on the Air activation. The club will be operating from inside the castle itself. All visitors, listeners, licensed and passers-by will be welcome to join in or have a look. The club plans to be active on 20 and 40 metre bands from 0000 hours to 0400 hours UTC today, Sunday. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Digital. On May the 10th, the APRS Foundation is hosting its first ever online education summit to promote APRS. This groundbreaking event is designed to empower, educate and inspire anyone interested in Automatic Packet Reporting System, APRS, from beginners to seasoned operators. Sessions will cover a range of topics from APRS fundamentals to the future of APRS. Question and answer sessions and networking opportunities will also take place. For more details, including registration information, keep an eye on the APRS Foundation website. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, IOTA. Zanzibar Island, IOTA number AF032. Casimir, DL2SBY will be active as 5H1KB from Zanzibar Island, AF032, Tanzania, until the 1st of May. This year he's using a small antenna and low power, and he plans to return next year with better antennas, an amplifier, and a focus on 6 metres. QSL 5H1KB via LOTW, or direct-to-home call, which again is DL2SB. But note, he's no longer using the Bureau. AS169 Anala Island. The DX India Foundation will be active as AU2M during May the 29th through to June the 1st. This is a rare opportunity for IOTA enthusiasts around the world to log this highly sought-after entity, currently the most wanted IOTA in India. Situated on India's west coast, the nearest major coastal city is Mumbai. EU012 Shetland. 4 operators G4AFF, G0DWW, M0NKR and G4LPP from Norfolk Amateur Radio Club will be travelling to Shetland and will be active from July the 23rd to the 28th. An entry in the RSGB IOTA contest July 26 to 27 is included. Operation expected from 80 to 10 metres with the station on 6 and 4 metres, CWSSB and digital modes. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Radio Amateur Youngtimers, YOTA, Youngsters on the Air. And it's over to Alec, VK2MV.
Thank you, Cole. Not too many my age become amateur radio hams here in VK, if we go by what Aussie ham clubs say. Over in the land of the free, 10-year-old Lee Allen, a 5th grade student at Gentry Intermediate School, has a mind to remember technical details. He earned his amateur radio technician class license, receiving his official FCC license and call sign KJ5KXW on the 15th of April. Al passed his licensing exam just 3 days prior after taking a technician class offered by the Bella Vista Radio Club. He came up short in his first attempt to pass the test but continued his studies and reviewed by taking practice tests in the lead-up to retaking the exam. The technician class license is the entry-level license in amateur radio in the USA. To pass the exam, candidates must demonstrate a basic understanding of radio wave propagation, FCC rules and regulations governing the amateur radio service, basic electrical principles, antenna theory, radio operating procedures and safety practices. Still on news in the USA, a reminder that a Youth on the Air junior camp is making its debut this year for amateur radio operators under the age of 15. Applicants must have a valid US ham radio license and will be expected to attend with a parent or guardian who needn't have a license themselves. This is a 3-day version of the YOTA region-wide camps for older youngsters and is modelled after the Kids on the Air program in IARU Region 1. It will take place in July at the Voice of America Museum in Ohio. For details, visit yota.org. For WIA National News, I'm Alec, VK2MV. Now back to you, Cole.
Thanks, Alec. Next up, it's Worldwide Special Interest Group's Rescue Radio, the summit of emergency preparedness. Emergency preparedness comes in many shapes. It can be an organised drill, a regularly scheduled net, or, as 3 hams in California recently found out, it can be as simple as leaving your 2-metre rig on and monitoring it. Ralph Squilacci brings us this week's final story, a tale of rescue following serious injury on a snow-encrusted SOTA summit.
Greg Davidson, KF6CNS, recalls sitting in his garage with a friend in late March when a call for help came over on the 2-meter simplex calling frequency. Vincent Levesque, KF6FLJ, had been hoping for a day of SOTA on Mount Williamson in the Angeles National Forest when his hike ended in a 150-foot slide down the hillside and a bone-breaking crash into a tree. Vincent had dropped his mobile phone. His emergency beacon had little power remaining, but he was able to call for help on his handy-talkie. Greg received that call 50 miles away thanks to a large commercial antenna at home. His immediate telephone outreach eventually led him to Will Richards, KJ6JJB, operations leader of Los Angeles County Sheriff's Montrose Search and Rescue. Will dispatched a helicopter and stayed on the phone with Greg, who was maintaining radio contact with Vincent. Pinning down the location's coordinates precisely posed a challenge for the helicopter, but Vincent was soon spotted, his bright orange windbreaker standing out against the snow. Vincent told Newsline he was airlifted to the nearest trauma center for surgery on his femur, and he is now recovering. He said Greg's attentiveness to the calling frequency that day may well have saved his life. This is Ralph Squilacci, KK6ITB.
Will quickly noted, however, that Vincent himself did some emergency preparedness too. The dashboard of his parked car held a map of his intended hiking route and another valuable option to track him down. He said that both Vincent and Greg did everything right. Thank you, Ralph, for that story. And just before I leave you this week, a quick reminder of a big weekend next weekend, May 3 and 4 in Bendigo, Central Victoria, with the WIA AGM on Saturday, followed by the Tech Fest on Sunday, presented by the Bendigo Amateur Radio and Electronics Club, Barrick. All the info is available on the WIA and Barrick websites. I hope to see many of you there. I'm Cole, VK3GTV.
This is VK1WIA. All points of contacts from today's news stories are to be found in print when you read the web editions, www.wia.org.au.
Now it's a date, and clubs are welcome to email text with their audio for this section. Just email text and audio to nationalnews@wia.org.au. And details of all WIA-affiliated clubs and societies can be found on the WIA website, including their email addresses and website links. As we've been telling you for 3 or 4 weeks now, the WIA AGM happens May 3 and 4, hosted by Bendigo Amateur Radio and Electronics Club and their Technology Expo. Also May 3 and 4, Solitary Islands Beach Parkfest for POTA. VK3 Moorabbin District Amateur Radio Club's Hamfest, May 10 at 10 a.m. VK2 Oxley Region Amateur Radio Club's 49th Annual Field Day Weekend at the Warhope Showground, June 7 and 8. VK5 Surg Convention and Fox Hunting Championships, also June 7 and 8 at the Scout Hall, Mount Gambier. Australian Ladies Amateur Radio Association's 50th anniversary will be held at Glen Waverley, July 26. For details, contact Michelle, that's the president, email president@alara.org. VK5 and AREG's Amateur Radio and Electronics Club sale, Sunday, October 26 at David Roche Park, Kilbourne. The Gold Coast Amateur Radio Society's 2025 Hamfest, November 9, Country Paradise Parklands, Beaudesert Nerang Road. It's number 231 Beaudesert Nerang Road. VK3 Rosebud Radio Fest, being held in the Eastbourne Primary School, Rosebud, November 16, and in VK8, Darwin Amateur Radio Club's Dark Christmas Party, 6:30pm, December 3. Now till next we meet, I'm Graham, VK4BB. walk softly.
This has been the Wireless Institute of Australia with the weekly news service. This broadcast is in text, audio and video and is accessed on wia.org.au.
Courtesy of Bevan, VK1WIA's ATV and YouTube channel, this has been WIA National News. We're back now, live and local, and your voice, your callbacks. And don't forget, tick like.